Thanks so much for joining us this rainy, damp Wednesday morning. But we're trying to brighten the mood here. We've got Chad Franzen in as well. And Chad, you've got quite the bright screen behind you with all that rain on the radar. Sunrise 7's Kaylin Schumacher live on the scene this morning. Now, Kaylin, officials have told us that nobody was injured in that fire. What else have we learned this morning? The top two moving on to the April 6th election later this spring. And those two are Jill Underly, as you see here, getting 27% of the vote, as well as Deborah Kerr. Why is it that people here in our area should be concerned about the situation that's taking place over 1,000 miles away at the southern border? You can see here by this live look-in that we're taking now, the Marathon County Sheriffs are on the scene along with Everest Metro. Rothschild Police are at the scene as well. Police say that the public is not in danger. That is very important to say. There is no threat to the public at this time.
A very excited crowd, very enthusiastic. Around 5,000 people, event officials tell us, crowding into this fairly small area behind us. That's something that health officials have not recommended.
If your March Madness bracket looks anything like mine, rip it up, toss it in the trash. There's been upset after upset. And then Highway 51 all the way down through Merrill towards Wausau, all the way to Stevens Point, Highway 39 as well. That is blue for snow-covered roadways. A little snow is not going to stop a good tailgate. And now you just showed us how to make some wings. Now what are we cooking up?
Oh, we're going to make homemade pizzas.
I love the sound of that. These already look tasty. I believe I was 12 years old in the picture that we're hopefully about to show here. Waiting to see that, but there it is. Yeah, 12 years old. I think I'm taking a guess there, but you know, Justin Bieber was pretty big during that time. A pilot in New York is lucky to be alive after his plane falls from the sky. You're going to see it right here, crashing hard. We have an update for you this morning on that breaking news that we first brought you yesterday here on Sunrise 7. 3 people are dead, the suspect included, after a shooting. Developing this morning, the Marshfield Common Council making several big decisions Tuesday night, including what to do about the mayor vacancy. So that is a very high rate. What are some steps that women can take to try and prevent this, to try and be proactive when it comes to heart disease and fighting that disease?
Being in a small town, there isn't much to do.
In the quiet community of Dorchester, Wisconsin, there's a good chance you'll find more than bowling taking place inside Memorial Hall.
Yes, by a mile.
And in the world of competitive cornhole, people don't dare sleep on the father-daughter duo of Wayne Rao and Maggie Geiger.
He needed a partner to travel with him, so he picked his favorite child to be his partner. Asked me.
Over the last year or so, they're starting to recognize that we're one of the better teams.
Better could be considered an understatement. 2019 saw the pair finish runner-up in the World Championship Co-Ed Doubles Division. And in 2020, Maggie taking her place as #1 in the world, winning the women's singles and doubles competitions.
Kind of unbelievable. You don't think that you're going to go from small town Dorchester bar league to world champion. But it happened.
Fast forward to 2021, Maggie is looking to defend her titles while hopeful she can help her dad experience the same winning feeling.
I would like to get to the finals, play off with my dad with co-ed, and we'll see what singles and doubles brings.
For Wayne, he feels he's already winning, getting to spend time with his daughter on the national circuit and sons at local tournaments.
It's a real good feeling that I guess we all enjoy this game. I used to be a dairy farmer, which is very time consuming, and spending time with all 3 of my kids you just didn't take all that time.
Reconnected through the love of a game and the thrill to compete. A passion not expected to be tossed away anytime soon.
I'll play as long as Dad keeps driving me, and I'll play when someone else decides they want to drive me around. I mean, I do it for fun, and if I do good, I do good. If I don't, practice more.
A big thanks to Wayne and Maggie for letting me crash one of their practices, and a big thanks to Chad for bringing in his set of cornhole.
Doesn't mean I'm any good at it.
Hey.
As I tell anybody that does any sport, you can pay enough to have anything you want. It doesn't mean you're any good.
Well, we're going to find out. We want to see who the best Sunrise 7 player is. So we each got 2 bags to throw.
Come on
Holly,
up, Chili. I'll let
ladies
you.
first. Let's see what you
ladies
got.
first. Chili, come on
okay.
up.
Now I did well during the break, so let's see how I can do now. This is like
There's
total
one.
pressure on.
Let's
Look at
go.
her. There we go. All right, Emerson.
No
Age
pressure at
before
all.
beauty.
No
You're up
pressure.
Here we
next.
go. No pressure.
Look at him,
There we go.
mid-season form there.
Woo! Chad.
And I'm pretty
All
sure
right.
I'll
What you got?
airball him. Oh, no, not too bad. Got to get ready for the upcoming summer.
Okay.
6 for 6.
That
for
was
the
not
Sunrise
planned.
team.
We are not good enough to plan it, so we had a tie.
We are not good enough to play against Wayne and Maggie, and we wish them
Not at
well
all.
as they get ready for their World Championship this summer. But we've still got a lot to cover here this morning on Sunrise 7. The 7 things that you need to know are next. We'll be back right after the break.
For one Wausau woman, it's not the distance that's keeping her from seeing her boyfriend living in England. It's travel restrictions.
Deb Kirsten and Willie Mabbitt have made long-distance work for the better part of a decade, but the last year and a half has been extra challenging. Still, they're determined to not let the pandemic keep them down.
You don't understand that.
We didn't shave.
I did.
Hello, sweetheart.
A friendship that started online over 20 years ago,
We met on a Yahoo chat room.
now a
In your big old
relationship being
snowsuit,
kept
yeah,
online due to COVID-19. Deb lives here in Wausau. Willie lives over 3,500 miles away in Keighley, England. Now, usually the two would fly back and forth to visit each other, but the pandemic has canceled their last 8 flights.
She said, I can reschedule that. But she said, just to let you know, when you get to England, you're going to have to quarantine for 14 days. And I said, sweetie, I haven't seen my boyfriend in a year. Do you really think that's going to be a problem? And she laughed. She
All
thought
jokes aside, those efforts to reschedule continue to fall through, with the couple's next hope to get Willie here to the States in June to enjoy the summer months.
And it was where I told you it was?
Until then, they settle for their 3 o'clock Skype call every afternoon and try to remain optimistic.
That's the way you brought up, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't dwell on it, get on with it.
And while Deb misses some physical traits,
It's the cuddling and watching TV together and the snoring at night.
you miss that.
I miss that.
The couple continues to look ahead to more positive days.
We're not dwelling on the oh poor me. We're dwelling on when we can be together again. And
Drink some beer.
and drink some beer. Yes.
With that comment, I think it's safe to say that Willie is truly a Wisconsinite at heart. I asked what his beer of choice is when he comes to visit, and of course, his response, Miller Genuine Draft.